It's getting cold outside, which only means one thing. It's hoodie season. So if you're doing print on demand, you gotta be selling hoodies. But which one should you sell? That's coming up. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If we don't know each other, you're new here. My name's Kerry. I'm an online entrepreneur, online business owner, and this channel is here to bring you the best strategies, secrets, and hacks to grow your online business. And at the time of releasing this, tomorrow is Veterans Day. So I also want to say thank you to all of our veterans of all of the armed forces here in the United States. Thank you so much for your sacrifice and for serving and for protecting our country. Thank you. With the weather changing and fall is upon us, it is officially hoodie season. I know it is here in Oklahoma, it's getting chilly. So we've got to start talking about what hoodies you should sell when it comes to print on demand. How do you pick a hoodie? What's available? What's the pricing like? All of those factors we're gonna dive into today. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna look at the top 6 print on demand providers in the Shopify app store. We're gonna see what hoodies they offer, what the pricing is like, which one you should choose. And I think we're gonna find some interesting stuff here. As I was preparing for this video, I was thinking one thing was gonna happen, and as I looked and dove deeper into these print on demand providers, I found some totally different information. So it's gonna be interesting, it's gonna be fun. Let's dive into my computer. So we're inside my computer. I've got the Shopify app store pulled up, and if you just search print on demand, you're gonna see 3 print on demand providers that come up with an ad. They're running ads, so they're paying to be in this spot. But if we look past those, our top 6 print on demand providers, we actually need to sort this by most installed. This is this tells us which are being used the most. We see that we've got Printful #1, Printify, TLaunch, CustomCat, Applique, hopefully I'm saying that right, Applique, I'm gonna call it Applique, and then SPOD. So those are our top 6. So I've got their websites pulled up, and we're gonna start with Printify. And if we just filter this down to hoodies, we're gonna see all of their hoodie offerings here. And you're gonna see they'll show you what the best sellers are. They'll show you, what the prices are here, and we can dive a little bit deeper into these. The first one you're gonna see here is Unisex Eco Hoodie from Stanley and Stella. Then you're gonna see the Gildan 18500. Then you're gonna see the Cotton Heritage M2580, the Bell & Canvas 3719, and they've also got a Champion hoodie here, and there's a few others. You see some zip hoodies, we see the American Apparel, and then we see the all over print unisex hoodie. So we've got all of these different offerings. We're gonna start by diving into the Gildan 18500. And as we go deeper into the print on demand, what I found in my research is you're gonna see this one is really the constant among all of the print on demand providers. So here's the Gildan 18500, and Printful is offering this at $20.75. You can see they've got a pretty good color selection, lots of different colors available. And they've also got some heather colors with this Gildan hoodie, which is great. And you can see sizing from small all the way up to 5XL. So $20.75 there on Printful. So looking back at the offering here, we've got some other ones. Now I'm gonna focus on the probably more common hoodies. And the next one I wanna look at is the Bell & Canvas 3719, because I believe you will see this in a couple other print on demand providers, especially when you start getting out of the top 6 that we're gonna talk about today. The Bell & Canvas 3719, it's at $25.95, so it's a little bit more expensive, well, quite a bit more expensive than the Gildan hoodie. But what you're gonna notice here is there's just not very many colors available, right? We've only got a few colors available. This one's definitely gonna be, because it is Bell & Canvas, it's gonna be a little bit better quality than the Gildan, but you're not gonna have those color options available. And when you're talking about spending $26 for a hoodie, it's not leaving you a lot of margin when you're pricing your hoodie at, let's say, $40 or even $45. The last hoodie we're gonna take a quick look at from Printful is just the Champion hoodie. And again, with the Champion hoodie, you're gonna notice there's only a couple color options available, just navy, black, and light steel. And this one's gonna be $40 to use with print on demand. It's only gonna go from small to 2XL. So really just not a lot of options here. So really, if you're using Printful, now there are a couple other options of hoodies, but you're probably gonna wanna go with that Gildan 18500 because you're gonna have the most options, the most margin, and the most colors available. It's really gonna be the best option for most people. Next, we're gonna take a look at Printify's offering. Now, as you probably know, Printify is a little bit different because Printify as a company doesn't print their own items in-house. They actually outsource to different print-on-demand providers, and you can choose which print-on-demand manufacturer that you want to use. So we've got the hoodies pulled up here, and right off the bat, you're going to see something familiar. That is the Gildan 18500. So let's click into that. Let's see what we've got here. We've got the same same sweatshirt here, and as we go down, with Printify, you're going to see your different printers. And one reason for this is because they do have printers in different countries. You're going to see Canada up here with this one. You're going to see a bunch in the United States, and usually there'll be one in the UK and maybe another country, Australia. In this case, we don't see any that are in the UK. We just see Canada and the United States, which is interesting. So if we look at the lowest price, which is usually Swift POD, we're paying $15.85 for the Gildan 18500. And you can see there are a million colors here, ton of colors, even more than we offered on Printful. So you can see there's different options here. Lot of good stuff with the Gildan 18500. If we go back, the next one we're going to see is this Champion hoodie, which I believe is going to be the same one that we saw on Printful. And if we go down, we're going to see a few more colors. We've now got white, we've got royal blue, and in addition to the other colors. This might be a different model just because of this color offering, but we see that that's only offered from Awkward Styles. It's only going to ship to the United States, and our price is a little bit lower than over on Printful, $34.70. I do want to make one observation here, and that is if you look at the pricing on Printify, you can actually pay for Printify Premium. When you look at this $29 per month on the premium plan, it really is quite a bit of savings. And if you're already selling just a few orders per month, this premium can really be worth it. If we go back to our hoodies here and we look at the Gildan hoodie, what you're gonna see is, if I get the hoodies to pull up, what you're gonna see is right here. It says $15.85 or from $11.72 with Printify Premium. So you can see it's about $4 savings that you're gonna save by going with that premium on each item that you sell, which is really, really great. And it gets even bigger on some of these other items, like $26.72 on this Champion hoodie has even bigger savings. So it really pays off really with just a few orders per month. You can pay off that $29, and it's really a good deal. So again, we've got the Stanley Stella again. So we see that on Printful. We see that on Printify. This one's going to be priced at $38.40, which is even higher than the Champion hoodie. You can see just by looking at the comparison here between these two, you've got $15.85, and then it's more than double that to get to the Champion hoodie. So it's such a significant price difference. In my opinion, it just really doesn't warrant going up to those more expensive hoodies. Now, one thing, you got to be careful on Printify here, because as I was doing my research, I noticed that they've got a B and C here. That's Bella and Canvas with this pullover hoodie. And we saw that in Printful. We saw that they offered the Bella and Canvas. But when we click on this in Printify, we see that this is only for this Textildruck Europa, which is fulfilled in Germany. This is the only print-on-demand provider that's offering that. So if you are currently selling in the United States, you're probably not going to want to use this one here. So that's something to be aware of. Let's take a quick scan of anything else that they've got. It looks like they've got some zip hoodies, and then they've got the AOP unisex hoodie, which is $50. And then they've got a Lane 7, which is another wild card brand. You've got a Fruit of the Loom here. So lots of different options. The main ones, the best sellers, the Gildan 18500, the Champion hoodie, the Stanley Stella. Obviously, there's a few different options on Printify. Okay, next up, looking at TLaunch, which came up top 3 in the Shopify App Store. Now, I'm a fan of TLaunch. They have a lot of products in their product offering, but they only offer one hoodie, which I found mind-blowing as I was doing this research. I was trying to figure out where all the hoodies are. And this is the hoodie that they offer. And as you can see here, they don't even tell us what the brand is. And so we could kind of go on a wild goose chase trying to figure out what brand this is. But I can tell you right off the bat, I'm pretty sure it's not a Gildan hoodie because it's a 9-ounce 50-50 cotton poly blend. The Gildan hoodie is actually an 8-ounce 50-50 cotton poly blend. So it could be something like a district. It could be a port authority. I have used this hoodie before. I actually sold it years ago. This from TLaunch, so I assume it was the same hoodie. And it was just a standard hoodie, very comparable with the Gildan. I'd say, if I'm remembering right, not quite as good as the Gildan, but just a pretty basic hoodie, nothing too fancy. And it's going to be priced at $18.50. And you're going to see there are quite a few colors here: black, charcoal, dark green, sangria, navy. You can see all the colors there. And it goes small to 5XL, which is pretty good. But again, you've only got one option on TLaunch. So if you have any issues with this hoodie, if your customers don't like it, if you don't like it, you're kind of out of luck. So not a lot of options on TLaunch. Next, we're taking a look at CustomCat. CustomCat's got a lot of offerings, but as soon as we pull up our hoodies, we're going to see, again, Old Faithful, the G185, which is the Gildan 18500 pullover hoodie from $15. You can see pretty big selection of colors, small to 5XL. Pretty similar offering to what we've seen on the other print-on-demand providers. And again, CustomCat is going to have a few different options. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and you're learning something, would you mind doing me a huge favor? Would you please like this video? Would you please leave me a comment and let me know if you want me to do more content like this? I need to know. I need to know. All right, back to the video. As we scroll down here, we see that CustomCat has a few other offerings in the hoodie area. I'm not familiar with this one, TS, whatever that is. I did notice there's the PC78H right here, which is the Port and Company model. And this is very similar to what you're going to get in the Gildan. Very similar. You see that there's not a lot of options. It doesn't hit the 5XL. The cost is a little bit more. So I don't see any reason that you would go with this Port and Company. Again, I've worn and sold the Port and Company and the Gildan, and there's really not much difference. They're very, very similar. So again, here, I think your best option is going to be to go with that Gildan, and I'm not seeing anything else that would really challenge that. Next up, we're going to take a look at Applique. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This is one that I'm not familiar with at all. I've never used Applique. And as I was digging in, I learned some things about this offering that are really intriguing. And I also want to know, let me know in the comments if you would like me to do individual print-on-demand company reviews, just an idea that I had, where I could actually dive into some of these companies that I'm not as familiar with, like Applique. As I was looking at Applique, I was intrigued because they have a lot of interesting offerings in their product lines and what they're doing with their products. So let me know in the comments, do you want to see me do an individual review of the different print-on-demand companies in the Shopify App Store? I'd love to do that. So with that being said, let's dive into Applique. Now, again, as with all the other print-on-demand providers, with the exception of TLaunch, right off the bat, we see Gildan pullover hoodie and unisex Gildan hoodie. Now, upon inspecting these, they're actually the same. I'm not sure why they are offering two different Gildan hoodies, which is a little confusing because they're actually the same. You see Gildan 18500 there, and then as we click the second one, we see that it's also a Gildan 18500. I'm not sure if it's just different colors or what the deal was. This one, it looks like one difference I see is they're not offering the hoodie print on this one where they are on the other one, which is interesting. So what I noticed as I was diving into this is it looks like Applique does some really interesting things. One thing here is the hood lining, where you can actually print inside of the hood, which is interesting. I've seen, as I was kind of scrolling through, that you can have custom labels, which is really cool. All this stuff will definitely cost more, but it's definitely cool to have those options. And as I was looking at their product offering, they definitely have a lot of products in their store. And again, if you want to see that in another video, let me know in the comments. As we scroll down here, it can also be a little bit confusing here if you're new to this and you don't really know what all this stuff means. Even for me, it can be a little bit confusing just looking at these pricing. We've got we're looking at dropship right here, which is what we want with print on demand, and it shows service over here on the left, and the first option is none, which says $13. I'm assuming what that means is if you want to ship this item and you don't want any print, you can just get it without any print on it. That's $13. You're going to see screen print next, and screen print is really going to be for bulk ordering, is really where you might want to screen print. If you're ordering 20, 50, 100 of these at a time. But what we want to look at is digital print. Digital print is DTG. That's what we use for print on demand. And it's going to be priced at $18.99 for just a front print. And you can see they have additional prices here, like if you want a custom label, if you want the hood lining, all the pricing is here. But again, you see Gildan 18500 is the first one that they offer. And there's also some other options. I really like, just at glance, looking at what they offer. They've got a Toltex hoodie. They've got the Belen Canvas hoodie. They've got the independent, the camo independent. I mean, some really cool offerings. And as we look at the pricing, it's really not bad. Let's dive into like this camo hoodie, because I'm really intrigued by that. I think this could be definitely a hot seller around this time of year. If we dive into this camo hoodie and we go down here, we can see that with the digital print, it's $34.24, which is pretty high in comparison to the Gildan. But as we've seen with some of these other print-on-demand providers, when we compare that to like the Champion hoodie or some of these higher-end hoodies, that can be pretty normal. That's kind of in that ballpark. You're going to want to offer this hoodie probably $60 or more, which isn't unheard of. If we go over here and we look at a few of these other ones, like the Belen Canvas, which is a solid hoodie, that one's starting at $20. The independent pullover hoodie, which is also going to be really high quality, starting at $20. Let's take a quick look at those with the digital print. If we scroll down, we see digital print right here on the Belen Canvas, $25.99. And then over on the independent hoodie, we're going to see $25.99 as well. I think that's fairly reasonable for a high quality. That's pretty reasonable for a high quality hoodie. So if you're wanting to sell something a little bit more high end, definitely, that's not too bad. And I love the offering that they have here. And I do want to take a quick look at this Toltex, because I noticed the price was a little bit lower. One thing that's interesting is they're showing a kind of a younger dude here. So I want to make sure this isn't like a youth hoodie. But this one is actually only at $19.99, which is really, really great for something that might be a little bit higher quality than the Gildan. My only concern would be making sure this isn't a youth hoodie, and I'm not seeing any info here as far as to that. Now, it does say here, good middle of the road hoodie, super soft, feature a wide drawstring. So, this might be an interesting one to try. Definitely great pricing, just I believe $1 more than they had on the Gildan. Not a lot of colors. That's going to be the only thing that I would see, that might deter you, is just not having a lot of color options. But overall, I'm intrigued with Applique. I'd like to dive deeper into everything that they offer, and I think it could potentially be a really good print-on-demand provider to work with. All right, last up, we're looking at SPOD, another one of my favorites, and one that I'm currently using in some of my stores. And SPOD uses the Spreadshirt brands, which are their own brand. I think Spreadshirt is the actual t-shirt brand, and they just have this print-on-demand company called SPOD, which I think is just short for Spreadshirt Print on Demand. So it's cool because they have their own brand. Now, my experience with the Spreadshirt brand has been pretty good. I think they're pretty good quality. I think they're going to be better than some of the low-end t-shirts. Not quite on par with like a Belen Canvas or Next Level or some of the higher-end brands, but they do have some intriguing products available. So the first one we see here is the Spreadshirt 20, which is at $19.99. So let's click into that, and let's see if we can see what's going on here. So we've got some decent color offerings. We've got a normal heather gray, we've got a charcoal gray, we've got red, we've got navy, we've got quite a few different color options. I love the big drawstrings. I think these are really modern, really cool looking, and I think they're going to be a little bit higher quality than the Gildan that we've seen. You can see the sizes go from small to 2XL, so not quite as big of offering of sizes. But I think these are going to be, again, a little bit better quality than something like the Gildan, and that's going to be at $19.99. Let's go back here. Okay, as we keep looking through here, you're going to see a couple other styles. We've got the Spreadshirt $13.88, which looks like it has, these little side drawstrings. We've got the jerseys, which we haven't seen. We've got the Hanes, which we haven't seen, with a lot of colors there. So lots of different offerings. We've got Fruit of the Loom, and there's Old Faithful right there, the Gildan 18500, priced at $17.81, which is a pretty good price. And you can see all the color offerings available there. Then we've got a lightweight hoodie here, the Spreadshirt 1194, which I really like. So lots of different options and a few zip hoodies. So SPOD has some really great options. Again, when thinking about this and what we just looked at Bleak, some really good offerings here when you consider the Spreadshirt and then all the different brands that they're using. I specifically want to take a quick look at this Jerseys hoodie, which looks like it only has this one color with this cool kind of two-tone look at $21.83, which is still pretty reasonable, but obviously not a lot of color options. And then we've got, I'm going to take a look at this Fruit of the Loom, which looks like it has 4 different color options with some split color with different drawstrings at $17.40. All of the pricing really that we're seeing here on SPOD, I think, is really reasonable for most of these. You know, even this one with kind of the side drawstring looks pretty high end. It's only at $20.39. So I really like what SPOD's got to offer here. I think this is maybe my favorite offering among all of the print-on-demand providers that we've looked at today. So after thumbing through all 6 of these print-on-demand providers and looking at all their hoodie offerings, all the different brands and everything, I want to give you my recommendation. In my opinion, I think the hoodie is a little bit different from selling the t-shirts. A lot of people have opinions on all of the different t-shirts, and t-shirts are more apt to shrink a lot more and to fade when you go with the lower end options. And I think what we've seen across these 6 print-on-demand providers is that everybody is offering this. There's one thing that's in common across these print-on-demand providers. That's the Gildan 18500. In my experience, I think you should always sell a unisex hoodie as kind of a standard offering. And in my opinion, I think the Gildan 18500 holds up. It's tried and true. It is heavy. It's warm. It's got a nice soft lining on the inside. My experience has been really good with it in selling thousands of these hoodies. I've always used the Gildan 18500 with no issues and very, very little customer complaints. And when buying them for myself and for my family, we've liked them. We've enjoyed them. My wife enjoys them. Again, they don't shrink a lot and they don't, they just hold up. They're just a good quality item, and they're different from the t-shirt. Like I said, you just don't need to have as high end of a hoodie as you do kind of on the t-shirt. On the t-shirt, you really want to go with something that's going to be able to be washed and going to be able to hold up, and it's just a little bit different. So I recommend, no matter what print-on-demand provider you're using, go with the Gildan 18500 because that's the one you kind of know is going to work. When you go with one of these other brands, you could see that they weren't consistent across the print-on-demand providers of offering similar options. So whatever you kind of go with, it's kind of a wild card, right? If you're not going with that Gildan, that's the one constant, and they're always in stock. There's a ton of colors, a ton of options. They go all the way up to 5XL. So if I were you, my recommendation would be stick with the Gildan 18500. To wrap this video up, I want to give you a price comparison between all 6 print-on-demand providers we talked about today for the Gildan 18500, beginning with Printful. Printful offers the Gildan 18500 at $20.75 with one front print. Printify is offering the Gildan at $15.85 for one print, or if you go with the Printify premium option at $29 per month, it brings it down to $11.72. TLaunch, womp womp, actually didn't offer the Gildan 18500. They just have their standard unisex hoodie, which could be a Gildan, but I'm pretty sure it's a Port Authority or Port & Company. Next up was CustomCat, which is offering the Gildan at $15 flat. Bleak is offering the Gildan at $18.99. And lastly, SPOD is offering the Gildan at $17.81. So you can see there, it's between Printify or CustomCat for the best pricing as far as this Gildan hoodie goes. But across all of the print-on-demand providers, we saw that the Gildan was generally the lowest price. So whatever print-on-demand provider you're currently using, just add the Gildan on inside of your store. If you don't have a print-on-demand provider, I would consider SPOD, CustomCat, or Printify if you're really wanting to get into the hoodie game, because they're offering this Gildan at a great price. Hey, if you're interested in learning the ins and outs of print on demand, how to start a print on demand business, or if you're currently selling it with print on demand and you want to grow and scale your business, I have a 60-minute completely free masterclass. It's a shirt school masterclass called How to Sell Thousands of T-shirts and Apparel Items using the Shirt School system. And we're going to teach you how to do it without buying inventory, without being tech savvy, without being creative. We're going to teach you our system, the Shirt School system, on how to build and sell with print on demand. Build your store and sell products with print on demand. And all you have to do to watch this free 60-minute masterclass is head over to shirtschool.com, and I'll put that link in the description. Again, it's completely free. Go over there and check it out, and we'll see you next week.